So these are unprecedented times to be in the healthcare industry. Not only are we facing the extra stress of caring for patients in the midst of a pandemic, many of us are working from home, are dealing with the effects of layoffs or unemployment, and not to mention the threat of the health and well-being of family, friends, and ourselves with this virus. To say that these are stressful times is an understatement. Making matters more challenging, many of our typical go-to strategies for coping have been really limited. Our usual ways of connecting with and supporting people haven't been available. We're wearing masks and face shields. We can't see each other's faces or smiles. Handshakes and hugs have been discouraged. We aren't able to visit loved ones in hospitals or nursing homes. We're social distancing and discouraged to hold gatherings. And many people are choosing to simply self-quarantine. Community events and activities have also been significantly limited. Many of us are dearly missing out on going out to eat, myself included, going to the movies, going to the gym, local events or concerts. So much of this has been put on hold. And it seems like we have less opportunity to feel good, have fun, and blow off steam. During stressful times, it's expected that we will show some signs of stress. Symptoms of stress can look and feel different for different people, and we have our own way of showing it. Some people experience difficulties focusing, changes in their mood, like irritability or feeling overwhelmed, fatigue or extra tiredness, muscle tension and tightness, and that can turn into headaches pretty easily, not being as social or outgoing as usual, reduced motivation, procrastinating more, you name it.
Sleep is a cornerstone of our personal health, and when we're under stress, changes in sleep routine frequently occur. Sometimes that's difficulty getting to sleep, initiating sleep. Sometimes it's that we wake or stir in the middle of the night and we can't get back to sleep. Sometimes it's that our just changes in sleep routine just change dramatically. Our days are much longer, or our days start much earlier as we are working in this, again, pandemic that is placing just unparalleled demands on our lives. What we know is that if we aren't sleeping well, then it can have dramatic effects on our life. It is not good for your cardiovascular health. It's not good for your other aspects of your physical health and endurance. It's not good for your emotional health. We're more prone to irritability. It's not good for our cognitive health. I know that by the end of, if I haven't slept well, and by the end of a very, very long day, I am feeling mentally tired. And so one of the real important pieces that we need to appreciate, and everyone needs to appreciate, is how do we do things to help maintain good sleep hygiene. That could be establishing a routine bedtime that is making sure you don't have too much screen time, cutting the phone off, even putting the phone outside the room, putting the tablet outside the room, so that when we do stir, the tendency is not there to check your phone. Not having too much to eat or drink right before bed that can then disrupt our sleep in the middle of the night.
When under stress, we can also be less likely to take care of ourselves. Not taking the breaks that we need to, not keeping up with our hygiene and appearance, especially if you're working from home. Have you gotten out of your PJs today? Or choosing foods that aren't as nutritious, like maybe going for more fast food or junk food because it's easy and tasty, but maybe not the best for us. One important strategy for stress management is what we call active relaxation. And that doesn't mean just kicking back and watching TV or playing a game on your phone, but purposefully engaging in activities that relax your mind and your body. Some active relaxation strategies include deep breathing, meditation, progressive muscle relaxation or PMR, and guided imagery, like you're imagining yourself in a really pleasant place. These techniques are known to create a physical relaxation response in your body. One deep breathing strategy I like to share with people is called box breathing. It's pretty simple, it's easy to remember, and it goes like this. You breathe in for 4 seconds and try to fill your lungs as full of air as you can. You hold your breath for 4 seconds like a filled up balloon. You can feel the stretch in your chest and your rib cage and maybe even in your back. And then you exhale for 4 seconds. Trying to empty your lungs by the end of that count. I suggest doing a few of these breaths in a row if you're feeling signs of stress, and it's something that you can take with you to release tension as you go about your day. There's also some really great apps out there meant to guide you through various active relaxation techniques, so you can give those a try as well.
During this COVID-19 pandemic, it's been easy to forego some of the pleasurable activities that we used to engage in that may have been a great source of stress relief or been a good kind of self-care, healthy activity that we would routinely engage in, but we haven't because of exercising appropriate caution with social distancing and such, or with just thinking, oh, the pandemic is not going to be this long. I'll pick back up that activity. I'll get back to the gym in a month or two when this passes. But we should not skip those activities. We should not continue to avoid or skip engaging in those. Those were such cornerstones to our own personal health. We need to figure out how to get back into those activities. But what we need to do is we need to figure out how to adapt them. You may not be able to go to the gym that you liked and get on the treadmill for an hour and catch up on the news then, but you can still get outside and you can walk. You can go. We have many great trail systems in the community at Enterprise South, at White Oak Mountain by Southern Adventist, at Stringer's Ridge. There are lots of ways to get outside and get in a walk and get some good cardiovascular activity. The Riverwalk is another example. But it's important to always schedule these activities. It's easy to say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do that next week. But then you get to tomorrow and you're like, oh, I'll get to it this afternoon. Really, the cornerstone of behavioral activation is that we schedule these pleasurable activities, because we know that it's easy to miss them. It's easy to skip out on them. It's easy to push it off to next time. In closing, we'd really encourage you to think about trying some of these strategies. Maybe don't try them all. Try to pick one or two that Becky and I have talked about and give it a try. It may not work perfect the first time, but stick with it. Schedule those activities. Engage in the box breathing techniques. Give it a try. And I think these strategies can be helpful. But also know that they're great counseling and mental health resources in the community.
Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and know that we're in this together.